Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion. Delivered by conflicting media reports, we connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. A very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest. First timer on Ron Siegel Radio, Dawn Neary, Home Guard Home Warranty. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you with us. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money. I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save that number on your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, we're celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. National Anosmia Day, Anosmia Awareness Day. You know, I looked at that this morning. I'm going, what is that? I can't, number one, you know, I can't even say this thing, no less try and celebrate it. And then I look and it's something to do with a loss of smell. I guess you don't celebrate that. Retro Day. You know, I look at some of the things on Retro Day, and I'm getting a little upset about this. 25 years ago, Retro Day, I didn't recognize any of it. Now I look at Retro Day, and it just reminds me of everything I used to have. I mean, a record player? I'm guessing, you know, my boys don't have any clue what a record player even is, unless they saw it in an old movie or something. Polar Bear Day. Okay. Well, it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is.
But you know, as well as I do, I have beaten anorexia. So today is National Wait a second. We're in February. Strawberry Day? Doesn't that come out a little later than that? Strawberry Day? Let's see if I see this picture on our site here. No whipped cream. You know, how can we have strawberries without whipped cream? Short, what is it? Shortbread, whatever, the cake on there. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with it's National Kahlua Day also. Now I'm looking at that. That looks like a martini glass. That doesn't look like a Kahlua. And I used to like Kahlua a lot. Kahlua and cream. A little vodka in there maybe. Kahlua and coffee. I digress. I better get back to what we're supposed to be talking about today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 167 points. Ow! S&P 500 is flat. The NASDAQ is up 41 points. Oil up 79 cents a barrel at $78.37 per barrel. And do we want to know about gasoline? I'm not sure. It's $4.65 here in the formerly Golden State. I know. It's because Gavin thinks that the oil companies don't like us and they're gouging only Californians. Because I'm looking here, Arian's paying $2.85 a gallon. That's my loan assistant. $2.85 a gallon. So I guess the oil companies like Mississippi better than they like California. I guess the only thing I can think of. $2.85 a gallon versus $4.65. Unbelievable. Let's see what else is going on in the world today. Now, why is it that the markets are going the way they're going? So the Dow down 173, oil is up 78. Doubt the president was awake long enough to fill the strategic petroleum reserves when the oil prices were lower. Did you check it though? I know where he's at. It's easy now to find the president. Fascinating. We've had two presidents in a row. President Trump, he was the fast food junkie. And now we've got President Biden, the ice cream man. So I guess that's where you're supposed to go to make major policy announcements, unless it's not really a policy announcement. Did you see this one yesterday? I was watching this one. I was really surprised. So the president goes and gets an ice cream cone. It's a big ice cream cone. And announces that we may have a ceasefire in the Middle East on Monday. That'd be great. I can't see anybody that would dislike that. Although I see a report this morning that Hamas says they know nothing about it. Doesn't one of the parties have to be advised of these things, Mr. President? I'm just curious about this. It seems like you'd have to have that. Let's move right along. Let's see what else is going on in the world today. We've got a busy week this week, because we're going to get all of the, how do I put it properly? Okay, fake numbers that come from the government. What fake numbers are we getting this time? Well, we are going to get the second reading of GDP, because they gave us the first reading and that wasn't correct. So we're going to get the second reading. We'll see how much closer they are on that one. It does baffle me though, and I shared this with you a little bit yesterday, but it baffles me how none of the media talks about all the revisions to the numbers. We get headlines, but we don't get revisions, and we don't get anybody reporting legitimate numbers anymore. It drives me crazy, because I do subscribe to some services that actually give us real numbers. For example, January's jobs report comes out the beginning of February, and we have 353,000 new jobs created. But wait a second. When you look at the raw data, it says we lost 2.5 million jobs. How do we reconcile the difference? Oh yeah, revisions. The revisions are that we're going to do some seasonal adjustments and birth rate. So we're going to add almost 3 million jobs in seasonal adjustments and birth rate to come up with a fake number of 353,000 jobs created. Now, here's another stat that most people aren't talking about, because the media doesn't want you to realize this. 9 out of the last 9 recessions, there's a leading indicator, and this comes directly from a lady that used to work at the Federal Reserve. So 9 out of the last 9, a leading indicator was when 40 or more states have an increasing unemployment rate. Now, the Bureau of Labor Statistics says that our unemployment is not going up, yet in October, 50 out of 50 states had an increasing unemployment rate. How did that work? Well, I'm going to tell you, because she told me. It's not that I'm so smart. I just repeat what I'm told, right? And she's the smart one. So here's how it works. You get 700,000 people leave the workforce in December. They go and they talk to those same 700,000 people in January, and they say, "Are you looking for a job?" No. Oh, that means you're not unemployed anymore. So they come off the workforce roll. The other one is, think about this. Now we've got Warren reports. That's a report that tells us about companies that are going to be laying off people. Large companies, if they're going to lay off more than a certain number of people, they have to file this report 60 days in advance of layoffs. Silicon Valley's had a lot of layoffs. Elon Musk laid off 70% of the Twitter people, and the other companies look and saying, "Oh, wait a second, that company's still out there. They didn't go out of business laying off 70% of their people. Maybe we can do the same thing." So these other companies start looking at it, and they say, we're going to start laying off some people. But wait a second. Those are big companies, and those folks all get a severance pay. Now, severance is 60% of your salary. So let's just do a little math here. You're making $200,000 a year, which is not a large salary in Silicon Valley. I wish I was up there. But you're making $200,000 a year. You get 60% of that. That's $120,000. Are you going to go and file for unemployment at $300 a week? Do you really think that they're filing unemployment? So they're not unemployed. because they're getting severance pay. Just a few ways the government manipulates the numbers for what they want. And no, don't think I'm partisan because both parties do the exact same thing. January, the number one month for revisions every single year of the employment numbers. Why is it the number one month? Well, most presidents do their State of the Union in February. President Biden's going to be asleep, so he's not going to do his till March. But the issue is then they come out and they give the numbers after that. Wait a second. Guess what? They decided, when is the president's State of the Union address? March 7th. You know what March 8th is? That's the day they're going to give the employment numbers for February. So yeah, he's still going to get it in there before they come out and tell us what the revisions are, but the media won't tell you the revisions anyway. You can tune in here. We will. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we are going to learn about home warranties. What is a home warranty? We'll learn about it. Why today's housing supply is a sweet spot for sellers. Misconceptions about couples and credit. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Hey there, friends. Wondering if now is the right time to buy a home? Or are you waiting for a bunch of foreclosures? The facts speak loud and clear. Defaults and foreclosures are down. Sure, we might be headed towards a recession. But did you know interest rates typically drop and real estate values often go up during a recession? So what are you waiting for? Higher prices or higher payments? Don't navigate these waters alone. Connect with RonSiegelRadio.com today. That's RonSiegelRadio.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry. They do not tell us points paid, points received, or APR. They give us a rate calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. What did rates do yesterday? Conforming 30-year, 6.915, up a little bit. 30-year jumbos were down 7.112. 30-year FHA down 6.699. 30-year USDA, that's no down payment generally. It's in the rural areas, 6.668. That was up a little bit. And the best loan on the market, only for those that earned it, that would be the 30-year VA loan, 6.571. If you want our thoughts about the market, our commentary about the market, every business day, as early as the data allows, we do send out a report. It's free to you. All you have to do is go to rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. That gives us, the report doesn't. The report is my thoughts in the morning. But the data I just shared with you, that's from yesterday's data. So let's take a look at today's data. S&P 500 down 1.32. The 10-year Treasury flat 4.993. The mortgage-backed securities up just a little bit, up 4 basis points. That means the interest rates are down ever so slightly. And again, all that information is available on the super secret website, google.com. But why are these things happening? That's what you tune into Ron Siegel Radio for. We got the durable goods order this morning, reflects new orders placed with domestic manufacturers for delivery of factory hard goods released for the month of January. New orders decreased by 6.1%, weaker than expectations of a 4.5% loss. Takeout transportation decreased by 0.3%, which was lower than estimates of a 0.2% gain, and core capital goods increased by 0.1% in line with expectations. Case-Shiller Home Price Index tracks the changes in value of residential real estate across the U.S. reported for the month of December. The national index, which covers all 9 U.S. Census divisions, reported 5.5% annual gain in December, up from 5% in November. Don't listen to the media when they tell you about median home prices. It means nothing about home price appreciation. Then we get the FHFA, Federal Housing Finance Agency Price Index, measures home price appreciation. Single-family homes with conforming loan amounts increased by 0.1% in December and decreased 0.1% year over year from the previously revised report of 6.7 to 6.6. Still positive, Diana Olick. I love listening to when she says something about real estate because it gives me something to talk about the next morning or that morning because we're still waiting for the time that she's going to be right. Unbelievable. But we're still getting increases in real estate values. What are you waiting for? I had somebody just yesterday say that, well, we're going to wait for real estate prices to drop. And I said, what's the catalyst for them to drop? Is it because there's too much inventory? No. Is it because interest rates are so low? No. Is it because people really want to sell? No. So why will prices drop? They're not going to. Just my opinion there. That's the Mortgage Minute brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. So I saw this on our schedule that we're going to talk about home warranty. No, this is not that guy that's calling you. That's auto warranties. We're not talking about auto warranties today because anybody that wants one's already got 75 calls about it. If you didn't get it already, you don't want it. But home warranty, what is a home warranty? Well, you got to go to the experts when you want to talk about these things. Dawn Neary is with us. Home Guard Home Warranty is the company. Welcome.
Thank you.
So what is a home warranty? Explain that to me.
Okay. Well, the official explanation is a home warranty is going to cover all of the systems and the appliances within the foundation of the home and the garage. So the air conditioning, the heating, all of the major appliances, the plumbing.
Wow. Okay.
electricity.
So why do I want a home warranty? Like you talk about plumbing. If I have a leak in the house, doesn't my homeowner's insurance cover that?
No.
No.
Well, it depends. Okay. So the major difference between home warranty and then homeowner's insurance is for fire, smoke, theft, acts of God, right?
Okay.
Hailstorms, wind. Home warranties are in place to repair things that break down due to normal wear and tear. So if your dishwasher, it's 15 years old, it's lived its life, and it just wore out, a home warranty is going to repair and or replace the system or appliance.
Do I get to choose that, or is it something that the warranty company? Because you can't come in and replace a 15-year-old dishwasher because they don't make that one anymore.
Right. So how we base our criteria is, say the dishwasher has a heat cycle. It's so many square feet. It has certain bells and whistles on it. You're going to get today's version of that with the exact same features that dishwasher has, but today's version. So a lot of people want to upgrade their appliances. They
Sure.
want, the house may have black appliances and they want stainless steel or what have you. They can always take cash in lieu.
Okay.
Okay. So they say, you know what? I want to upgrade. I want more features on this, which I don't recommend, by the way.
Because then there's more to go wrong.
Everything.
Right.
Everything. If you could go out, buy something that has the old dial on it, they don't break. They just don't break.
That makes sense. I mean, I still want to get with that old okay, don't laugh, Josh. The old rotary telephone, right? I mean, that you only see that in a museum somewhere, right?
I'm telling you, I had a dishwasher. I bought it brand new, and the thing just kept breaking. Just kept breaking. My appliance guy came and he goes, Dawn, just go buy a basic dishwasher that literally has a dial on it. I went and bought it. It was quieter. I had
Quieter, quicker, and your dishes were just as clean.
Just as clean. So, but if someone would like to upgrade their appliances, a lot of people do, they will get cash in lieu. Now, here's the caveat with that. They're going to get wholesale, not retail, because
okay.
we don't pay retail. We buy directly from manufacturer. So
Gotcha.
what it would cost you at Lowe's is not the wholesale price, obviously. So, but still, it's
Can we do it the
money.
other way around then?
What do you mean?
So can we have you buy me the better one and I
No.
pay you the difference?
No,
Oh,
you got to either take cash in lieu or take what we're going
okay.
to provide.
Because you guys get a better deal than I do. I can get more bells and whistles.
Right. True. But, you know,
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Okay, so that's and I'm learning something with this here because I didn't realize that you can do the cash in lieu.
Yeah, you can.
Now, who decides whether you're going to do it, fix it, or offer the cash in lieu?
The plan holder.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they can always take a cash out, right? And here's the other rule of thumb that people don't if it's repairable, like if it just needs a part,
Right.
we're going to repair it. We don't just automatically replace it because it's older. It's still functioning.
Okay.
It just needs a part. And also cosmetics, like a classic example is a cooktop,
Right.
glass top cooktop. It's got a crack in it.
Right.
But the crack's not affecting the functionality of the cooktop. It's still working.
What about the safety if somebody gets hurt with it then?
It's
Because it's cracked, and if you run, and I don't know anything about cooking, so I have trouble boiling water, right? But if I go and run your hand across a cracked glass thing,
Right.
someone's going to get hurt.
but that's not affecting the functionality.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good.
it has to affect the functionality. It's it's the guts, whatever makes it work.
Okay.
So that's the functionality.
So let's go back a little bit to go back further back then. If I'm looking to sell my house,
Mhm.
and I don't have a warranty, is there like a pre-sale warranty of some sort?
We call that seller's coverage.
Seller's coverage.
Yes. So how that works is your listing agent would cover you as the seller during the listing period. Now, there's not as much coverage and not as many options available. The only optional cover that will give the seller during the listing period is AC. That's the only thing they can add. Whereas the buyer has a litany of options. They can add the pool, all kinds of things. So we'll cover the seller during the listing period. And it's interesting because in today's market, homes are going so quickly.
Right.
Sellers.
But sometimes the escrow is not as quick as you sell the house.
Correct.
Right. So you might sell the house in 20 minutes and then take 45 days for escrow. Right. I mean, so
well, yeah, but the market dictates seller's coverage. At least that's what I've seen over the last 23 years that I've been doing this. So, back in the regular market, when homes were sitting for 90 days, 120 days, seller's coverage was very desirable because the sellers wanted to, just in case something broke down, it was covered under the home warranty. Now that they're moving so quickly, the sellers just quite frankly aren't willing to do much.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So they're like, this is the house. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's okay too, because there's 20 other buyers waiting in line.
When we come back, I want to ask you about, because we're talking insurance here,
Mhm.
and so many different kinds of insurance. They talk about pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
When we come back, I want to talk about that one. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We're also going to chat about why today's housing supply is a sweet spot for sellers. Misconceptions about couples and credit, all that and more. Reach me anytime off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
79% of all credit reports have errors that should be corrected through factual disputing. You could be saving thousands every year if your report was accurate. CreditSanitizer.com provides a free credit report audit when you furnish a specific $1 credit report. You can use this information to request corrections to your report and potentially save thousands of dollars. Get your free credit audit at CreditSanitizer.com. That's CreditSanitizer.com for a free credit report audit. CreditSanitizer.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Find out what your house is really worth, not what it says on Zillow, although we'll give you Zillow's number also because we like to tell you with the wrong number. There's 3 others on there that are probably more accurate than Zillow. You can tell they're not a sponsor, right? But let's take a look and see what's going on today, why today's housing supply is a sweet spot for sellers. Wondering if it still makes sense to sell your house right now? The short answer is yes. And if you look at the current number of homes for sale, you'll see 2 reasons why. An article from Calculated Risk shows there are 15.6% more homes for sale now compared to the same week last year. That tells us inventory has grown. But going back to 2019, the last normal year in the housing market, there are nearly 40% fewer homes for sale. I was just told yesterday in Orange County, California, where I'm broadcasting right now, 70% less than the normal market. 70 less. Inventory is still rising. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv or any of our socials, ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you're seeing a chart that shows inventory is rising, but it's still low. If you want to know what it's doing in your neighborhood, just go and register. RSRListANA.com. RSRListANA.com. Yes, I know when you go there, it's going to give you Anaheim. But you can put your zip code in there and replace Anaheim for your zip code and get the information on your zip code specifically and see what all the data shows. Here's a breakdown of how this benefits you when you sell. Number 1, you have more options for your move. Are you thinking about selling because your current house is too big, too small, or because your needs have changed? If so, the year-over-year growth gives you more options for your home search. That means it may be less of a challenge to find what you're looking for. So if you were holding off on selling because you were worried you weren't going to find your home like the home you like, this may be just the good news you needed. Partnering with a local real estate professional can help you make sure you're up to date on the homes available in your area. And just to throw it out there, our friends at Geneva Financial, they have a transition loan. They'll use the equity in your existing home to buy the new home before you sell the existing home, just because we know there are some people out there that would rather live indoors instead of that Coleman tent. Number 2, you still won't have much competition when you sell. But to put it into perspective, even though there are more homes for sale now, there still aren't as many as there'd be in a normal year. Remember, the data from Calculated Risk shows we're down nearly 40% compared to 2019, and that large a deficit won't be solved overnight. As a recent article from Realtor.com explains, quote, the number of homes for sale and new listing activity continues to improve compared to last year. However, the inventory of homes for sale still has a long journey back to pre-pandemic levels, unquote. For you, that means if you work with an agent to price your house right, it should still get a lot of attention from eager buyers and could sell fast. Make sure you go and look at our Sales Max video that we did for you, rsrsalesmax.com, rsrsalesmax.com. Bottom line, if you're a homeowner looking to sell, now's a good time. You'll still have more options when buying your next home, and there's still not a ton of competition from other sellers. If you're ready to move, let's connect to get the ball rolling. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Continue our conversation this morning. We're chatting with Dawn Neary. Home Guard Home Warranty is the name of the company, and we're just learning a little bit, maybe a lot of it for some people, about home warranty, what it covers, what it doesn't. You know, Dawn, before the break, I was thinking about this concept, and it's scary sometimes when I think. But, you know, every insurance we deal with, they talk about pre-existing conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So if I buy a new house and I get a home warranty with it, how does the insurance company know what's new and what's old, or what might have, what might be a new system failure that wasn't there before?
Well, the home warranty company relies on a couple of things. During the listing period, if the listing agent is going to give the warranty or provide a home warranty during the listing period, then we kind of rely on the seller's disclosure.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So they're asking questions, how old's the roof? How old's the HVAC? And giving general information. No pre-inspection is required with home warranty companies.
Okay.
And then when the buyer takes possession, we're relying on the inspection report. 9 cases.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're getting a copy of the inspection report.
We don't require it, but especially if something happens within that first 72 hours right after the close of sale,
Okay.
9 times out of 10, they'll be asked for an inspection report so that we know it was checked out and it passed inspection. And this is another huge misnomer about inspection reports. If something comes up on an inspection report and it's noted as needing repair, replacement, or further investigation, it still has to be addressed by the seller. Now, the seller's going to say in this market, I'm not doing anything, or they may.
Sure.
They may say, yeah, of course,
Pound sand.
we'll take care of that. It has to be addressed because it was noted on an inspection report. And if it needed to be repaired, then it needs to be repaired. Now, once it's repaired, buyer takes possession and it breaks down again, well, then of course we'll cover it. But that is what deems a pre-existing condition.
Okay.
So the rule of thumb with home warranties, everything has to be in safe working order on the effective date of coverage. So the day you list the house, the day the buyers take possession, and then break down due to normal wear and tear.
That's a big part of it right there.
Yeah. So,
So now let me ask you this question based on what you just said there, because that's something that again, new to me.
Right.
Normal wear and tear. Now, if I'm a family of 4 living in the house, that's going to be normal wear and tear of one sort. But if I'm using my property as an Airbnb or a Verbo, that's got a little bit different usage, or I'm assuming probably different wear and tear. Does that mean you have to have a different coverage if you're using your house?
No, we don't look at it by usage. We look at it by neglect.
Okay.
Okay. So, they open up the dishwasher and the inside is all rusted and corroded. Okay. Outside on the compressor outside, there's coolant all frozen up on the outside. The actual unit itself is all rusted out. The lines that come are all rusted out. This is something that can be detected with a visual inspection. I'll tell you, during the pandemic, home warranty, not a lot of companies were slammed. Home warranty companies, sales went down and claims went through the roof. My last company that I worked for prior to coming to HomeGuard, in 2021, they paid out $178 million in claims.
Wow.
That was almost more than double what they paid the year before. So instead of the average usage rate being 1.8, it was 3.4 per plan. The average premium on a home warranty is $620.
Okay.
So you say we have to replace an HVAC system. The average cost to replace an HVAC system right now is close to $8,000.
Sure.
So we do that in the first year and we're upside down already.
For a lot of years.
For a lot of years. So, I think what's happening with all home warranty companies right now is because the market is so flat, and especially in Southern California, where it's always been booming. Home warranty companies, Southern California has always been their most profitable area. The weather's moderate. There's a 98% usage rate. You don't get a home without home warranty in Southern California.
Right.
California,
well,
period.
and I don't use it in the negative connotation, but all insurance is kind of a Ponzi scheme.
No.
Right. Well, the reason I say that is you've got like 10 people paying in with the desire that one person's going to get paid out. Right. You're not when you can't stay, an insurance company can't stay in business.
Well, yeah.
If everybody was collecting an $8,000 air conditioning system for $620 premiums.
Right.
Right. So they're looking at that, maybe not Ponzi pyramid, because there's so many more people that are paying in, or you hope to.
Well,
right. So if you don't have people, if you go from Orange County, California, where historically we've got 6,000 homes for sale, and you go down to 1,500, Well, that's a big hit on the overall pool of money coming in.
Mhm.
And you've got people staying home during the pandemic, like you put it,
Mhm.
right? So now I realize that, I'm running my air conditioner more, I'm running my dishwasher more, I'm running my my garbage disposal more,
Mhm.
right? So there's a lot more, the usage goes up, maybe the wear and tear doesn't,
Mhm.
but the usage is going up. So you can certainly understand why can be a devastating, and sometimes even catastrophic for insurance companies,
Oh, sure.
right?
You
Because
know,
that's a lot of, you talk about $178 million in claims.
yeah,
That's massive.
they're still in business. But here's the thing: we still maintain um, a very competitive average premium. We haven't taken,
Well, so when you think about what you just said, if I heard you right, you're talking about less than $55 a month
right.
for coverage. I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. If you don't have it, you're stupid, right? I mean, now let me throw this question at you though. So if I bought my house 5 years ago and I don't have coverage, can I get coverage?
Sure. It's a different criteria.
Okay.
You have to fill out a questionnaire. I've heard that homeowners insurance is starting to do that now too. Homeowners insurance, as we all know, is become
You just
very,
can't get it in California. So
right.
there's no questionnaire. Do you want homeowners insurance? We're not giving it to you. Doesn't matter.
No, there are still some.
Few of them, yeah.
But so because we don't have the seller's disclosure being done, we don't have inspection reports being done, we're really liable. That's just the bottom line.
I hate to say it, that you've exposed yourself.
Listen,
We're going to talk more about that one. We're going to drop it at that one. When we come back, we're going to talk about how do you get home warranty, or can you get a home warranty after you've lived in the property? We'll talk about it when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We'll also talk about misconceptions about couples and credit. All that and more. Reach me anytime off air, number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Is your budget getting blown up with high prices of gas and increased costs for other household needs? This is Ron Siegel, host of the daily Home and Finance radio program. Did you know if you have a low interest rate mortgage along with auto debt, credit card debt, or student loans, your family could potentially save $500 or more per month by restructuring these debts? If you'd like a free Borrow Smart analysis with our team, let's book an appointment to see how we might be able to relieve some stress. Schedule an appointment at rsrbsa.com. That's rsrbsa.com for your free Borrow Smart analysis. rsrbsa.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio, or anytime at about 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, I talk a lot, so we don't have enough time to get into our conversation about the misconceptions about couples and credit. I will tell you, though, that Your Credit Matters is brought to you by rsrdebtfree.com, rsrdebtfree.com. Here's what I want to share with you real quick this morning. You heard me say this before. Strategy beats rate always. And today we're seeing worrying trend, increasing mortgage and auto loan defaults, maxed out credit cards, the financial hangover from holiday spending. Many are feeling the pinch as student loan payments resume. But there is hope. Not everyone knows about the blended household interest rates. And that's where we come in. As experienced liability advisors, we have strategies to tackle these challenges, even in a high interest rate environment. If you're struggling with household debt, do not wait. Let's work together to find a solution that fits your unique situation. Give a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. That is the Your Credit Matters segment, brought to you by rsrdebtfree.com, rsrdebtfree.com. Those solutions, by the way, are for homeowners and non-homeowners alike. Give us a call. Let's chat. So I don't want to cause any trouble, but before the break, we were talking about home warranty and exposing yourself. And if you missed that conversation, shame on you. You got to have to go back and listen to it because we're not going to talk about it again. But what I do want to talk to Dawn Neary about, Home Guard Home Warranty, is if you decide, there are people that are hurting financially right now. We know that. And there have been for the last several years. But the question is, you own a home and you let the home warranty expire. Maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Dawn was telling us in an earlier segment, if I heard this right, that the average plan is about $620, give or take.
Yeah.
So what's that? If my math is correct, $55 a month. I mean, that's pretty. $2 a day.
Pretty, yeah, it's a great
When you
deal.
break it down, I mean, that's less than going to Starbucks every day.
That's right.
I mean, you can go to Starbucks. Well, I'm not going to say that, but we'll go to McDonald's and get a cup of coffee.
It's a gallon of gas.
Yeah. So, can I get it after the fact?
Yes.
So I can go, even though I don't have coverage, I can still call you and say, Don, I let my coverage expire. I never had coverage. I bought my house 55 years ago. No, I didn't. I'm not quite that old. But you can still get coverage.
Absolutely.
How does that work? Do I have to go and get a home inspection? Call our friend Jeff Clark at Trident?
No.
Or fill out like seller's disclosures? Or
No.
how do you guys know what's going on?
It's we do have a questionnaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there an exclusionary period or something?
There's a 30-day hold when you're not selling your home.
Okay.
So coverage takes effect 30 days after we receive payment.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. I just want to back up a little bit on this one. There's a lot of advertisement right now on television about home warranties, right? Get a home warranty, get a home warranty. That product, which we call a street product, is a completely different product than what a real estate agent sells. The limits are less, the exclusions are higher, and they don't cover a lot. So, always call your real estate agent when you're thinking about getting a home warranty, especially if you're not selling your home. Okay. Because we are governed by the Department of Insurance, and it's a real estate product. Realtors are our clients. So you should always talk to your realtor. Buyer beware on that street product, just so
So you're talking that I shouldn't buy the home warranty from my uncle that's the prince in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, so and again,
read the fine print.
But nobody reads the contract. I mean, you probably deal with that all day long. Is that even the people that should know what the contract says, they don't read the contract.
Very rarely. Very
so
rarely.
What does that mean? That means you need to count on somebody who's done it. You can call us. We don't sell the service. It's not something that we offer. But the reason I have Dawn come in here to explain this to you is because we want you to have a good resource, an honorable resource, not your uncle from Nigeria or your neighbor's best friend's dog walker who might have seen a business card hanging at the car wash. Nothing against business cards at the car wash, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the same in the right product.
Correct.
And so our home warranty insurance companies rated, like a life insurance company, they got these AAA ratings and things like that.
Oh yeah.
So home warranty companies are rated the same way.
Better Business Bureau, absolutely.
Okay. Because I'm just going by stuff that I don't really know about.
Yeah.
We know that everybody's air conditioner who's going to have a problem with their air conditioner, it's going to go out only when it's 105 degrees outside. Right? I mean, they don't go out when it's 60 degrees because you didn't turn it on.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Is there a time frame that I should expect service to? If I call the home warranty company, they're going to send a service person out.
Yes.
Do the home warranty companies have a special arrangement with service companies that come quicker, or can I choose my own service company, or how does that work?
As you know, there's several home warranty companies out there. So we pay our contractors every 2 weeks. And quite frankly, that's, if they know they're getting paid right away, they're coming.
They're coming out. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
so then what value? So we've had the people from Service Champions have come on the radio show long time ago, and we've already had our friends from Veterans Air Mechanical come on the radio show, and I think they all have monthly service plans, for their heating and air conditioning systems, and they'll come out and do a tune-up or whatever. Now, if I have a home warranty, obviously they're looking for they're doing those tune-ups as a loss leader. For the most part, so if there is something that happens, they get the larger job.
Well, that's kind of a two-part question.
Okay.
So home warranties don't cover things. We don't cover maintenance,
right?
Unless we have an HVAC tune-up option. $25. We'll come out. We'll clean the system twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall. Cleaning your system can extend the life of an HVAC system anywhere from 8 to 10 years.
Wow.
So cleaning it, maintaining it is so important, especially now when they're so expensive to replace. So get that program if you want to get your own. But here's the difference between using a home warranty company versus just getting on a service program. First of all, they charge you monthly and it's expensive. We come out $25. We're coming out twice a year. They do a full 18, 16 point inspection. They check everything out and they always find something, right?
That's their job.
Right. So the beauty of the warranty company doing it is if it's a covered item, then we're going to take care of whatever they find when they're out there doing the maintenance for a one-time trip fee. That's the other advantage. Our trip fee, our trade call fee, our service fee, it's $85. Now we have an option. You can buy it down, but these guys don't go out the door for $85.
Sure.
The average trip fee is $100. We pay the difference. So there's so many advantages to using the home warranty, from the trip fee to things covered during a maintenance check to prolong the system.
$25 for the tune-up. That $25 a year?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cheap.
It's ridiculously inexpensive.
Yeah, I mean, there's one. I mean, there's no way that I guess the value to the insurance company. I look at it from both sides of it. Why would the insurance company want to do it? Well, I guess the value is if it's going to get the air conditioner to last an extra 8 years.
Absolutely.
Right. You're not having to come up with that money. So that's a big benefit.
Yeah. I mean, eventually these things are going to, the average life of an HVAC system is about 10, 15, 20 years, maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If you want more information about home warranties, if you have one, keep it. If you don't have one, give me a call at 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with Dawn Neary so you can get one. Because, I mean, when you really think about it, I mean, you got $620 for roughly, call it $650 even, I don't care. And you got the HVAC tune-up, so $700. I know my math is off. Call it $700. That's $8 a month. No, it's $6. $60
Don't
a
look
month.
at me, buddy. I got to take my shoes off to get to 20.
So you got $60 a month. I mean, you better have more than $60 a month in your budget for home maintenance. Just throw that out there. Give me a call on it. We'll get you in touch with Dawn. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.